everybody, it's Kelly. Today I'm bringing you a special layout, and this one is my one little word for the year. So I'm going to be using quite a bit of Felicity Jane product here. And the first thing I did was I cut that kind of corally chevron paper down to map my photo there. And I wanted to use that paper because I have a coral colored top. So that will just, on this very busy background paper that I'm going to use, that floral paper, it'll just help kind of bring everything in the attention to the photo of me. So that coral chevron paper is from the Willow collection by Felicity Jane. I am going to use my beloved ink there. I haven't used that in ages, so I'm just so happy that I get to do that. It's my gray flannel ink from Memento Dewdrop. It's a Memento Dewdrop. And I just grabbed my little Fiskars trimmer there to get this pink background paper. That is from the Emmeline collection. And it has kind of a, I don't know, a damask pattern in the back. And I decided to gut it because I really like the paper. And there's not a ton of that color in the Emmeline collection, or not a ton of that kind of paper in the Emmeline collection. I thought I'd be able to use it. Then I trimmed just a ½ an inch off of this floral paper from Emmeline. It's a navy paper. Kind of hard to kind of tell that because it's kind of dusty, but I did that. And when I do this, when I gut it, instead of putting adhesive on like all 4 sides at one time, I just put it on one and I tack that down, and then I keep adding to one side, and that keeps me, it enables me to usually be pretty straight in the way I mount the paper on the border. Otherwise it can cause all sorts of problems. So we have all that paper now. Now this gold little scallop paper here is from the Willow collection, and I've cut a strip of that. And then I also have that gray, it kind of has little chevrons on it as well, dotted chevrons. I have that from the Emmeline collection. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. First, I think I'm going to do my title, which is my one little word, which is build, on above the photo there, and I'm using my Thickers guides. But as I'm looking at it, I'm not really loving it. The other thing I know is that I want to get in OLW and then the year somewhere, because I usually do that on all of my one little word layouts. And what I did is I thought I'd use maybe that green, that's a jelly bean soup, alpha bean alpha, and I thought I'd put it sideways, but the green was too dark and that coral chipboard alphabet there was just too light. And it was if I just done the OLW in that, it would have taken like the focus off of the word, which is the big thing, obviously, that I want you to see on this layout other than the photo of me. So that chipboard alpha, just so that you know, is from American Crafts. It's from the Dear Lizzie Thickers collection. It's the Treasure alphabet. All right, so now I'm just kind of trying to decide how big I want that gray piece to be there. I'm going to change what I do with this though. Right now the gray piece is tucked underneath the gold piece. I'm going to change that, as I just said. And I believe I'm going to change it again in another way. So anyway, so now I'm looking at it, and I think I'm just going to do something to sort of frame my photo there and have some room for the word build there. And I thought I'd put some sort of cluster on the right side of that, and then probably something on the left side of the photo somewhere. But that just was not working for me. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe build needs to go on the bottom. I did sort of like it on the side there to the left of the photo, but it just wasn't working. Tried to add like that tab. And then I thought, well, maybe I can turn this sideways. And when I did that and then brought in the other piece that I had cut off, I liked it much better. And then on top of that, I decided, you know, maybe that gray piece just needs to go on top of that gold piece. And I know I need some journaling space. You know, I could have journaled on that piece, but I wanted to bring some more of that coral back in again because it'll help just emphasize my photo there. When I do this, I take a photo of a very recent photo of myself. So I took this photo on New Year's Day, which I thought was appropriate since this is my one little word for 2018. I may have said 2017 earlier. All right, so now I kind of like how that's going to look. And I've cut that into a much fatter rectangle, for lack of better words. It's not so narrow. And I'm inking everything now in that gray flannel ink. I haven't used that in ages because I was doing so much scrapbooking of my December daily. I haven't made other than I did make some photos or make some layouts on New Year's weekend, but I don't think I used that ink at all. Anyway, so I'm inking all that. Now, what I do with my one little word layouts every year is I make them and then I have a frame that's specifically quite deep. It's built for memento kind of things. And I put that frame above my scrapbook desk, and then this layout goes in there every year so that I have a constant reminder of it all year long. And then I just save the very first layout in my albums every year is my one little word layout. I didn't always do this. I think this is trying to think when I did this the first time. I think I did this the first time in 2008. So that would make this the 10th time I've done this. That's pretty awesome and exciting. All right, so then I decide I want to do the OLW in the same font that I did my title, my actual word title in. And then that just sort of helps blend them together. They're kind of on a diagonal from each other, so it brings the picture and the journaling in as well, because that's all now contained within the frame of the two parts of the title. So that just gives you something to look back at or to look at, and it helps emphasize what's important on this layout. I'm going to add a little thing up in the top as well, but all right. So I will be honest with you, these chipboard letters are not very sticky. So after I'm all done, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to use my glue to glue them down when I'm all done. And I just spared you having to watch that painful process. However, in the process, I lost the U and the L from build. I did eventually find them attached to my sleeve of my very fuzzy jammies there. It's very cold here. We've had, I don't remember how many days, I think 12 or 13 days now, where our evening temps are in the teens below zero and wind chills are much, much worse than that. I've had to stop running outside because it's been so awful. You know, I live in the upper Midwest. It happens, and we certainly dress for it, but it's not been pleasant, guys. So I have big fuzzy jammies on there. Those are the ones I wear when I'm really cold. All right, so I just used that kind of sticker sheet. I grabbed the sorry guys, I lost this, so I have to take a quick look. The Choose Happy sticker there from the, I'm losing this, sorry, from the Emmeline sticker sheet. And those, you cut them apart and then they have sticker paper on the back, and so does that one at the top left, which I can't remember what it was because I ink it and mess it up, and I thought I was going to leave it, and then it was bothering me so much I changed it to something else, which you'll see in the still shots. So that tab and the heart die cut, and then the label that I'm going to put at the top to replace the other word sticker on the top left there, all come from the Caroline Collection die cuts. And then I was looking at, and I was wrong about that. That heart, I think, is from, I don't remember which collection that is. It came from a different collection. I didn't document that properly. But it's one of the older collections, again, from Felicity Jane. I've talked about this before, that I don't belong to the Kit Club, but when they have sales, I buy either the paper or pieces of the kits. So that's how I get my papers. And that was Rachel Reynolds' idea. She enabled me in that. So thanks, Rachel. I think I've thanked her for that before. That little puffy sticker that says adventure there is from the Willow Puffy Shapes. All right, and I'm just getting some things inked down there. And that's also true, by the way, of the floral sticker up by that heart. I missed that when I put that on. That's from the Willow Puffy Shapes as well. And here's where I go wrong. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I somehow got ink on it. And also I had forgotten at this point that I could just pull the sticker backing off of that piece that I cut out for both of the pieces. And then I wanted to move it because it wasn't straight. And now I'm thinking about putting these hearts on, and they're in like blacks and things like that, and I didn't have any blacks, so I grabbed my Amy Tangerine glossy puffy stickers from Hustle and Heart, and I just grabbed the yellow ones, the 3 yellow ones, and added that to the layout. I did add that label right up over the top of that other word strip there. So here's the still shot. You can see the heart label there and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.